Hello students, so today we'll be discussing our multiple choice question which this set is from the CBSE past year paper. This is one of the set 2025 paper, right? So you know that in CBSE in exam pattern there will be 20 questions of one marker, right? 20 questions of 1 mark, which is total is 20 marks. And all these questions there are 18 MCQ question, multiple choice question, and there will be always 2 assertion and reasoning question. Right now, these 18 marks MCQ question, 20 questions will be from different chapters, right? So let us see here because this is very important to score this. Generally, you get the subjective question in the textbook, but these objective questions you need to do practice so that you don't lose marks here because it has the total 80 marks paper, it has 25% weightage, right? So I'm just sharing this one of the past year paper, one of the set all the MCQ questions. So let us start solving here. What is the first question? It says if x is a b cube, right? And y is given as a cube b, where a and b are prime numbers. You know that when a and b are prime numbers means they both will be co-primes, right? So LCM of co-primes are always the product of those numbers and HCF is going to be 1. Now what do I need to find out? We need to take the difference of HCF minus LCM. So if I'm writing here x is a b cube and y is a cube b. Now what is going to be the HCF? Highest common factor, right? So among a and a cube, which factor, which maximum or highest factor both x and y are having? So here it is a to the power 1. When there's no power, it's a to the power 1, or which is a and a cube. So what is going to be the common value? It is a. Now here b cube and b, you will see the highest common is going to be b. So HCF is AB, right? HCF of x and y is AB. Similarly, if I'm taking here LCM of x and y, so we know that LCM we take common and non-common also. So what are we going to take it here? A and A cube, we take the highest power, which is A cube. Similarly, B cube and B, we take B cube, which is the highest power, right? So what is going to be the LCM? It is A cube, B cube. Now what do I need to take? The difference of both. So how are we going to take the difference of both? If you take, it is AB minus A cube B cube. See, you don't need to show the calculation or the whole solution for MCQ question. This part you can do it in the rough work column and you just need to write down the right question number and the correct option. So this one you don't see any of the option. That means I have to do the factorization. AB is common. What is left here? 1 minus A square B square. Now still you don't see any of the simplification here. None of the options are available. And you know that this is 1 square. This is in the form of A square minus B square, which can be written as 1 square minus AB whole square. Right? Now, how can you do the further simplification? A square minus B square is A plus B times A minus B. So you can write down 1 plus AB times 1 minus AB. Now, this is the simplest factorization in the irreducible factorized form, right? So, which option is the right option here? Option D is your right option. So, in your answer sheet, when you are writing, you will be just writing there question number 1. Then you need to write down D bit is the answer AB 1 minus AB times 1 plus AB. What you need to make sure? You need to make sure your option number, which is D, should match with the answer, right? And this question number should go left side of the margin. Let us go for the next question now. Here, so our first question was based on real number, the first chapter, right? This is real number chapter. Now the second question, let us take the second question. What is there in the second question? If you'll see, it says question number 2, if I take it here, it's written 1 plus root 3 whole square minus 1 minus root 3 whole square is which kind of number? So please, here when we are doing it, we need to do simplification. Don't directly see and choose the option. Because if you'll see 1 plus root 3 is an irrational number. But without doing simplification, I should not directly choose one of the options. So how will I do it here? It is a plus b whole square. This is a minus b whole square. How will I take it here? If I take this one, you know that a plus b whole square is, what is the identity? A square plus b square plus 2ab, right? And a minus b square will be a square plus b square. Then only here it will be minus 2ab, right? If it is a minus b whole square, this is the identity you have learned. Now use this identity here. A value is 1, b value is root 3. So if I do the simplification, it will be 1 square, which is 1, plus root 3 square is 3, plus 2ab. So it is going to be plus 2 times 1 is 2, 2 root 3, right? And because there is a minus sign in the middle, I'll use bracket. Now simplify the second bracket. It is 1 square, which is 1, plus root 3 square will be 3 minus 2 into 1, 2 root 3, right? Which is nothing but 4 plus, because you can add these two values, 4 plus 2 root 3. Then here, this is one bracket minus 4 minus 2 root 3. In these kind of questions, you need to be careful with the sign, right? So this is 4 plus 2 root 3 minus 4 plus 2 root 3. If you do the simplification here, what are you going to get it here? 4 root 3. So this is a rational number is 4, root 3 is an irrational, and product of a rational and irrational is always an irrational number, right? And this number is a positive. So which option is the right option? Option C, a positive irrational number. So option C. So question number 2, right option is C, and you will mention your answer, right? So this is also from which chapter? It's from real number. Again, the first chapter, your first chapter, which is real number. Now, what is the next question? If we take third question, this is again MCQ third question. It says the value of A for which, right, the quadratic equation is given as here ax square, right, plus x plus a. This is question number 3. Ax square plus x plus a is equals to 0 is your quadratic equation, has equal and positive roots, right? What is the meaning of equal roots? You know that nature of roots, when there are two equal roots, we always have b square minus 4ac is equals to 0. Now you look at your equation, what is the value of b? There is no coefficient, so it is 1. Right, so I can write down here 1 square minus 4a is the coefficient of x square. So that is times a, and c is also the constant value, which is a, equals to 0. So this is 1 minus 4a square is equals to 0. Then we get 4a square is 1. A square is going to be 1 by 4. And what is the value of a? We are going to get it here. Value of a is going to be, whenever we take square root, we take positive and negative. 1 by 4, which is going, then you get the value of a as plus minus half. So a can be half or a can be minus 1 by 2. Now if you will see here, it's written there is, so using equal roots, I already got here a is equals to plus minus half. Now positive roots, to get the positive roots, please substitute here a in the given equation. So here if I take a as half, what I am going to get it here? 1 by 2x square plus x plus 1 by 2 is 0. Right? Now if I do the further simplification, what are we going to get it? Get the LCM, your LCM is 2, so you'll get it here x square plus 2x plus 1 is equals to 0. Now this is nothing but a plus b whole square. I can write on as x plus 1 whole square. And if you do this, your roots are here minus 1, two equal roots. Is it a positive value? It is not a positive value. So we cannot consider here a is equals to half, right? So definitely your answer is going to be a equals to minus. This can't be considered, right? Because it's giving you the negative roots, the negative solution. So what you can do to cross check, so definitely your answer is going to be minus 1 by 2. But you can cross check also whether you are getting positive roots here or not, right? So if a is minus 1 by 2, your equation will be minus 1 by 2 x square plus x minus 1 by 2 is 0, right? Which is minus x square plus 2x minus 1 is 0, and if I take minus sign common, it is minus 2x plus 1 is 0, right, which is nothing but x minus 1 whole square is 0. Now x minus 1 whole square is 0 means your solutions are going to be x is equals to 1. Now this is 1 or 1, which are the equal roots. So your x is equals to minus half is going to give you the positive root. So which option is the right option here? Option number D, right? So you will not take both positive and negative. Once you get the value of A, you need to substitute back and you need to check whether you are getting positive roots, positive solution of the equation or not. Right, so this is your question number 3. Now let us go for next question, question number 4. What is given here? Question number 4, it says the distance of a point A from x-axis is 3 units, right? So distance from x-axis, we have discussed it's always y-coordinate, right? Why is it y coordinate? If you're not getting it, you can just draw the rough figure. If this is x-axis, this is y-axis. Any point A, if you take it either here or here or here or here, right? The distance from x-axis means the distance from x-axis is nothing but y coordinate. It is 3 units, right? So it can be either in the positive direction, it can be or in negative direction. Whether you take it from here, right? Or you take it here, correct? So this is the distance. That means your y coordinate is going to be positive 3 or negative 3. Right, your y coordinate is going to be positive 3 or negative 3. So other than this, you cannot have any other coordinate, other value for y coordinate. So look at our first option 1 comma 3, because we cannot decide x. It can be any value here, right? All these points, there are infinite x coordinates which are at distance of 3 units from x-axis. So y value can be 3 or minus 3. So option A is true. We cannot have it. Minus 3 is also true. 3 is also true. So what is the right option? What cannot be? Because it says it cannot be the y coordinate, right? So cannot be the y coordinate will be 1. So option D is not true. That is why you are going to take answer as option D. So what this? This is your coordinate geometry chapter MCQ question. This is from coordinate geometry. The previous question was from quadratic equation, right? Now the next question is from probability. Let us see what is given here. Question number 5, if we take it here, this is based on probability, right? So this you should know when you are solving the question, it belongs to which chapter. Keep solving the MCQ question so that your speed and accuracy both will improve. What does this question says? The number of red balls in the bag is 10 more than the number of black balls, right? I don't know how many red balls, how many black balls. So can I take it here? Because again, let black balls, number of black balls be x, right? Now you don't need to write down these steps. I am writing so that you all get these questions properly. So what are the number? Let number of black balls be black balls equals to x. So how many red balls will be there? 10 more than black balls. So will it be x plus 10, right? Now what is given here? So what are the probability of drawing the red ball at random is 3 by 5. So that means what is the probability of drawing red ball? It is 3 by 5. So for this, you know, the probability is number of favorable outcome divided by number of possible outcomes, right? Total number of possible outcomes. So what is the possible total number of balls? Total number of balls are x plus 10, because red balls and black balls together it will be total number of balls. So it is going to be 2x plus 10, right? Now if I frame the equation, because we have the probability, right? So what can we take it here? If I take probability 3 by 5 of red ball, how many red balls are there? X plus 10, because this is the probability of drawing red balls. So it is x plus 10 out of 2x plus 10, right? Now after that you can do cross multiplication. 3 times 2x plus 10 is equals to 5 times x plus 10. Then you do further simplification. it is 30 equals to 5x plus 50, right? Now if I transpose, it will become x is equals to 20. So how many black balls are there here? 20. And how many red balls will be there? 20 plus 10, it is going to be 30. And in the question, what are they asking? They are asking how many total number of balls are there. So black and red both together, it is going to be 50 balls. So option A is your right option. Correct? After this, the next question is question number 6. How are we going to do it here? It says that find out the value of P where the equations are given as this is linear equation in two variable, this question, right? So what is given here? Px plus 3y is equals to P minus 3, and the second equation is 12x plus py equals to P. Now has infinitely many solutions. So it's already given, and you know that when there are infinitely many solutions, which kind of lines are these? These are coincident lines, right? And coincident lines, what is the condition true between, what are the relationship between the coefficient of these equations? It's a1 by a2 is equals to b1 by b2 is equals to c1 by c2. Now a1, a2, b1, b2, all these are the coefficients, right, of x, y and the constant term. So what is the first here? This is your a1, this is your b1, this is your c1. Similarly here, this is your a2, b2 and c2. So what is your a1 here? P by 12 is equals to b1 is 3 by p is equals to p minus 3 by p. We need to get the value of p so you can compare any two. I'm taking the first two because there's no p minus 3 will take more steps to solve. You can otherwise take that also. Right, if I take this, what are the values here? P square equals to 36 and p is going to be here plus minus root 36. So what are the values of p here? If you will see, p is going to be plus minus 6, right? Now I am getting here p is equals to plus minus 6. How am I going to use here p is equals to plus 6 or minus 6? Now what is given here? If you see, the options are minus 6, 6 plus minus 6. So you need to cross check what is the right option. Do not just choose plus minus 6, right? So what I'll do it here, like question number 3, I'm going to substitute and check whether it is giving infinitely many solution or not, right? So if p is equals to 6, it is 6x plus 3y equals to 6 minus 3 is going to be 3. Similarly, the second equation is 12x plus 6y is equals to 6. Now here I have to check whether a1 by a2 equals to b1 by b2 or equals to c1 by c2 or not. So 6 by 2 it is half. 3 by 6 it is half. Again 3 by 6 it is half. That means p is equals to 6 is the right option. Now let us check for p equals to minus 6 also. If I substitute, what are your equation here? Minus 6x plus 3y, and minus 6 minus 3 is going to be minus 9. Similarly here, what is the second equation? 12x minus 6y equals to minus 6. Now here if you will check the ratio, right, again I'll check the ratio. Minus 6 by 12 is half, minus half. 3 by minus 6 is minus half, but this is not looking 1 by 2, right? Negative 1 by 2. So we have to cross check here. How can I cross check? Minus 6 by 12, 3 by minus 6 and minus 6 by minus 9 by minus 6. If I do here cancellation, it is minus half. The second one also it is minus half. So you are getting first value minus half, second value also minus half. But when you do this, it's becoming positive and it's becoming 3 by 2. So minus half is equals to minus half but not equals to 3 by 2. That means it is not satisfying our condition, this condition a1 by a2 equals to b1 by b2 equals to c1 by c2. So we cannot consider p equals to minus 6 is not the right option. So what is the right option? Only 6. Your option number B is the right option, right? So please cross check these kind of questions carefully so that you don't go wrong here. Next question. So this question was your linear equation in two variable, right? Now next question we will see, it is based on, you can see that it is based on triangles. Now whenever you have triangles in grade 10, you are going to have similarity of triangles, right? Or sometimes congruency is given in you, but most of the questions are based on similarity or BPT, right? So here what is given? Question number 7, if I'll start, triangle ABC and triangle PQ are shown in the adjoining figure. The measure of angle C. Now, if I can find out what is the relationship between these two triangles, if they are similar, I know the corresponding angles are equal, correct? Now, first you find out there are two angles are known. So, using angle sum property, what is going to be the measure of angle P? It is 80 plus 60, 140, 180 minus 140, it is 40 degree, right? Now, how can I show that they both the triangles are similar? I don't see any angle measure in triangle ABC. That means I have to check the another similarity criteria, SSS. What is the similarity criteria based on side? If the corresponding side ratios are same, then the triangles are similar. So let us see here. If you see, right, observe your sides. So 6 by 12, it is half. 3.8 by 7.6 is half. 3 root 3 by 6 root 3 is also looking like half, right? So I can check for 6 by 12, right, which is half. 3.8 by 7.6 is also half. 3 root 3 by 6 root 3, if I take it here, this is also half. That means the ratios are equal. Both the triangles are going to be similar. But I need to identify what is the correspondence, right? A corresponds to which angle, B corresponds to which angle. So how do we check here? First you check here, a vertex is between which two sides? It is 3.8 and 3 root 3. Now check the other corresponding sides of 3.8, which is 7.6, and 3 root 6, which is 6 root 3. Then what is the vertex between those two sides? So how do we check here? See, these two sides are meeting here. Then their corresponding sides are meeting where? This is the way to identify the correspondence, right? So A corresponds to R. Similarly, B is between, here if you see, 3.8 and 6. And what are the corresponding sides? 7.6 and 12. So B corresponds to Q, right? And what is the C? Then automatically C will corresponds to P. So what is going to be the measure? You know that in two similar triangles, the corresponding angles are equal. So here C corresponds to angle P, and angle P measure is 40 degrees. So angle C measure also is going to be 40 degree, right? So in any kind of similarity question, the most important part is finding the correspondence. Now go for the question number 8. What is given in this question? If you will see, question number 8 says tan 2a is equals to 3 tan a, right? Here if you will see question number 8, it's given tan 2a is equals to 3 tan a. What is the measure of angle A, right? Now you know that here it's written 3, correct? And here the angles are different. We can't directly do the simplification and solve it. So what I'll do, I'll follow trial and error method. If A value, if I substitute as 90, look at here, 90, then 2A will become tan 180, right? And here tan 90 is infinity. So it's not, we don't know what is tan 180, and tan A is infinite. So this option cannot be true, right? A value cannot be 90 because it is undefined value. If I substitute here 60 degree as A, then 2 into 60, right, will become 120, and this one will be tan 60. Again, we don't know how to calculate tan 120. So we will not take second option also, we can't take it. Now let us take the third option, right? Third C option, what is there? Tan 2 times 45 is again going to be tan 90, right? Now, if I take here option C, now look at here, what are we going to take it here? If I'm taking here tan 90 equals to 3 tan 45, right? Now, tan 90, you know that it's infinite, not defined term. and tan 45 is 1. They both cannot be equal, right? So this is also not right option. This is also not right. This is also not right. So definitely option D is right, but you can cross check also whether the values are equal or not when you substitute A as 30. So what can I do here? Tan 2 times 30 is 60 degree equals to 3 tan 30 degree, right? Then here tan 60 is root 3. Then here tan 30 is 1 by root 3. 3 by root 3, if I do it here, it is going to be root 3, and root 3 is equals to root 3. So you can see that when I am substituting a value as 30 degree, then both the values are equal. So our option D is going to be the right option. Correct? Now let us go. So this question is from Introduction to Trigonometry, your first chapter of trigonometry, right? Then let us go for the next question. What does it say here? Ninth question. Here again, this is also trigonometry, the first chapter, Introduction to Trigonometry, right? Now, what is given here in this question? If you will see here, question number 9, they are asking which of the following statements is true, correct? Now, you should know before because you have learned specific angle only for 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree, and 90 degree. And here the angles are given 20 degree and 70 degree. So what are you going to do it? You need to remember 0 to 90 degree sine theta increases, right? That means it is in ascending order, right? Similarly here cos theta, this is from 0 to 90 degree, right? Now cos theta decreases 0 to 90, right? That means it is in descending. The greater angle will be smaller value, right? Here, and the smaller angle is going to be greater value. Sine 0 is less than sine 30. Sine 30 is less than sine 45. But in cos 0 is greater than. So if the smaller the angle, greater the value for cos. Then here tan theta, if I take it, it works same as sine and it will be increasing. Now here look at here, sine 20 is greater than sine 70, that is false because 20 degree is smaller than 70. So here the first statement is false. It is going to be sine 20 will be less than sine 70 degree, right? We need to find out whatever is true. Similarly here sine 20 is greater than cos 20. You know that smaller the angle of cos, value will be greater. So this has to be greater, not smaller. So second B bit also false. Then the C bit, if you will see, cos 20 is greater than cos 70. Just now we have seen that cos theta is decreasing from 0 to 90 degrees. So if I am taking here cos 20, that is going to be definitely greater than cos 70. So this is going to be true, right? Let us see D bit also. See, tan 20 is going to be less than tan 70 because tan is increasing. If angle is increasing, value also will increase. So your option for ninth question, option number C is your right option. Let us go for the next question now. So if you'll see, you will see 1, 2 questions from each of the chapter, right? So here, what is there in question number 10? This is your application of trigonometry, right? This is application of trigonometry chapter. What are they asking here? A 30-meter long rope is tightly stretched and tied from the top of the pole to the ground, right? That means first can I draw the pole? If this is pole, right? Now this is 30-meter long. So from the top of the pole to the ground, one rope, this side it is rope, right? And what is the length of rope? 30-meter long rope, right? Then this is the ground level, and ground level with vertical pole there will be always 90-degree angle. Now what is the rope makes angle 60 degree, right, with the ground. The angle, this is the line of sight, correct? This is ABC. So your AC is line of sight. The angle is always between horizontal line and line of sight. What do I need to find out here? Height of the pole, right? I'm writing h for the height of the pole. How will I do it here? If you remember, we have learned SOHCAHTOA with respect to acute angle. This is opposite, this is hypotenuse, right? So what is the rule I'm going to use here? SOHCAHTOA, opposite by hypotenuse. Opposite by hypotenuse means sine. So I can take here sine 60 is equals to h, which is AB by 30. Right, and sine 60 is how much? Sine 60 is root 3 by 2 times 30 equals to h. So my right option is going to be 15 root 3. Sometimes they give you root 3 value, right, in for the subjective question, but so you have to see MCQ. It's given in root form, so 15 root 3 meter. That means your option 10th question, option D is the right option. We'll go for next question here, question number 11. What is given in question number 11? If you will see here, it's given here on the top face of the wooden cube of side 7 centimeter hemispherical depression of radius 0.3 centimeter, right? So what is the top face? 7 centimeter length cube. So length, breadth, height, everything is 7 centimeter, and you are taking out hemispherical depression. That means you are scooping it out hemisphere from that wood, right? Are to be formed by taking out the wood. Find out the maximum number of depression that can be formed. Now this kind of question, please do not use volume, because it is not. This is volume based questions are going to be when you are using melting something and you are reshaping into something else, right? So here if I take, this is a cube, right? If I take here, this is a cube which is 7 centimeter long. Okay, let me just draw it so you'll understand. Here, this one, if this is your cube, right? Right. Now, if I say this is 7 centimeter long, how the hemispherical shape is going to be taken out here? 7 centimeter. Now, the radius of 0.3. So, if I take the hemisphere, right, it is going to be hemisphere radius is 0.35 centimeter. So, its diameter is going to be double of radius, which is 0.35 into 2. Why am I taking here hemisphere diameter? Because when you will take it out from here, right, there will be hemisphere. If you are taking it out like this, right, then how many hemisphere you can take it out from here by making this? Correct. Now again you will take it from here. So through the length and breadth you are going to carve out, or you are taking out hemisphere. So you are not here talking about the volume. You are talking about here how many pieces you can cut through the length and how many pieces you can cut through the height or here breadth, right? This is again 7 centimeter. So how do we get it here? You know that if I'll keep, I could not draw here enough number, but the diameter is 0.7. So 7 centimeter through length will be divided by 0.7 centimeter. That is going to be 10. So through the length you can cut 10 pieces, and through the width also, because it's 7 centimeter, because you'll keep cutting here, right? So again here it is going to be 7 divided by 0.7, which is 10. So together the number of hemispheres, you are going to have it here as 10 times 10, right, which is going to be 100. So your option number B is right option. Now here most of the students, they do mistake because they are thinking about volume, but remember the wood cannot be melted, right? It is not metal. If they say metal is melted, any kind of material is melted and recasting into some other shape, that time you take the volume, right? So answer is going to be here B bit. 11th question. Now, next question, if I take it here, what do they ask here in the next question? So, this is your surface area volume question, surface area and volume based question. The next question, let us see. 12th question, if you see what is given here, the cumulative frequency for calculating median is obtained by adding the frequency of all classes up to median class, classes following the median class, classes preceding the median class, and all the classes. So how do you do it? If I write on one example, this is your CI class interval, right? If I'm writing 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40 and so on, right? And if I write on here frequency, this is 5, this is 4, this is again 6. How do you do here cumulative frequency? You write down, this means everything less than equals to 20. How much is that? 5. Then everything less than equals to 30 will have the previous interval also, because everything less than 30 will have 10 to 20, 20 to 30. So 4 plus 5, which is 9, right? And everything less than 40 is going to be 6 plus 9, which is 15. So what are you doing here? You are adding, to calculate the cumulative frequency, you are adding all the classes preceding the median class, the frequencies of classes preceding, this is before, you are adding these frequency to the before whatever the frequency is there, class interval, right? So classes preceding the median class. Your option C is the right option for 12th question. Let us go for the next question. That is, this question was also based on statistics, right? So your 12th question was also based on statistics, right? Now question number 13 is also based on statistics. What is given here? If you'll see, if mean and median of given set of observations are 10 and 11 respectively, find the value of mode. Now here mean, median, mode, there is a relationship, if you remember, that you must have learned in statistics, that states that 3 median is equals to 2 mean plus 1 mode, right? So substitute just the value. This is very easy question. You can just, here 3 median means here, what is the median here? 11. So 3 times 11 equals to 2 times 10 plus mode. So how I'm going to get mode here? 33 minus 20 is mode. So what's your right option here? Option C, which is 13, right? So this question was also easy. Let us go for the next question. That is question number 14. Now if you will see, 14th question, it is based on circle, right? So see, that's why you will see in these MCQ type question all different chapters question, right? Now question number 14, what is given here? The figure is already given. AB is the chord, right? AB is the chord for the larger circle touching the smaller circle at P. So AB becomes tangent for the smaller circle, right? And the center of both the circles is O. That means both the circles are concentric circles. Now AB is given 2R, and you know that the tangent is perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact, and the perpendicular drawn to the chord bisects the chord. So each value is going to be R, right? We need to calculate here OR, which is the radius of the larger circle. OP is also given R. So again, because OAP is the right triangle, I can use here Pythagoras theorem. What can we take it in Pythagoras theorem? OA square is equals to OP square plus AP square. And OP square is how much? R square plus R square. So what do we get here? Under root 2R square. You can't take here plus minus because the length or radius, anything cannot be negative. So what's my right option? Root 2R. So what's the right option here? D. Option D for question number 14 is the right answer. Correct. Let us go for the next question. Now here we are taking time. Make sure you don't need to show all the calculation part. Directly, quickly you can calculate and reach to the answer. Okay. Let us take question number 15. If you will see, this is also based on circles. So there were two questions. This is the second question in MCQ which is based on circle. What are they asking in question number 15? If you will see, They are asking a parallelogram having one of its side 5 centimeters circumscribing a circle. That means if a parallelogram circumscribes a circle, it is always a rhombus. You have learned a theorem also. So let us first draw the figure so you'll understand, right? If this is a parallelogram and if circumscribing a circle means there is a circle which is touching all the sides of this parallelogram at one place, right? That means here there are four tangents. If you will see, this is ABCD and touching circle at P, this is Q, this is R, and this is S, right? Now you must, if you remember in the textbook exercise question, you have solved this question, right? Because tangents drawn from an exterior point are equal in length, so this will be equals to this part will be equals to this, CQ is going to be equals to CR, and dr is going to be equals to ds. And you, if you remember, the result was the sum of opposite sides is always equal, right? Then a quadrilateral circumscribe a circle, then the sum of opposite sides are always equal. But it's given it's a parallelogram. You know, opposite sides of a parallelogram are equal. So AB will be equals to CD, AD will be equals to BC. So I can write down here double of AB equals to double of AD, right? 2 gets cancelled. So what are we getting here? AB is equals to AD. The moment adjacent sides are equal, if I have this means opposite sides are already equal and adjacent sides have also become equal. That means it is going to be a rhombus, right? And you know rhombus, all the sides are equal, correct? So what is going to be the perimeter? Because one of the length of its side it's given as 5 centimeter. You can take any side as 5 centimeters. So what is going to be the perimeter if you take here? It is going to be 5 times 4, which is 5 plus 5 plus 5, which is going to be 20 centimeter. So your answer is going to be option A for 15th question. Now take the next question here, question number 16. What is given here? Now, so this question was based on circle. Again, this is geometry chapter, which is triangles, right? So question number 16, what is given here? Let us read the first question. E and F are the points on the side AB and AC respectively of triangle ABC. So let us first draw triangle ABC. If I draw triangle ABC, right? Here, if I draw, then E and F are the points here, correct? Now, which is dividing AB and EB is to 1 is to 2 ratio. So, let us take here 2 points here, E and F, correct? This is triangle ABC where EF is a line segment which is dividing AB and AC into AE is to EB is 1x and 2x, right? Because it's written here AE by EB is 1 is to 2, 1 by 2. Similarly, AF by FC is also 1x. I am taking x because this is the ratio. If I need to take the length, I have to equate with some of the factor, right? So AF by FC. Now, what do I need to find out here? First thing, you know that this is using the converse of BPT because these ratios are equal, right? The line segment dividing these two sides into two parts and these ratios are equal. Therefore, EF is going to be parallel to BC, right? Using converse of BPT, converse of BPT. Now, why are we are taking here this is parallel to this? The moment this is parallel, you know that the corresponding angles are equal. So, angle E will be equals to angle F, angle AFE will be equals to angle ACB, and angle A is common in both the triangles. So, using A similarity or A similarity, triangle AEF is going to be similar to triangle ABC. Correspondence, E corresponds to B, F corresponds to C, A corresponds to A. Now you know that whenever there are two triangles are similar, their corresponding sides are in equal ratio. So AE by AB will be equals to EF by BC will be equals to AF by AC. How do we get this? If you will see, if you have written the right correspondence, A by AB equals to EF by BC equals to AF by AC, right? If I'm taking A to C, there I'll take A to F. If I'm taking A to E, then I'll take A to B, right? Now, what is given here? It's written AE by EB, right? Now, what is the length of AE? If you will see, 1x, or x by AB is total AE plus EB. So will that be 3x? Now what do I need to find out here? If you see the option, now we need to, in all the option, there is a relationship between BC and EF. So third ratio I don't need to consider. I'll just, this x and x gets cancelled. It will be EF by BC. So what is going to be the value here? If you do the cross multiplication, BC is equals to 3EF. Now you can see that total length is 3 times BC, right? So BC is 3EF, which is option number D is the right option, correct? Now let us go for next question, 17th here. What are they asking here in question number 17? Which of the following statement is true for the polynomial? This is your polynomial chapter, px of degree 3. Now degree 3, you should know that this is going to be a cubic polynomial, because whenever there is a degree 3 means it is known as cubic polynomial. Now, whenever there is cubic polynomial, your number of maximum solutions are always based on your degree. So, therefore, there can be maximum 3 solution. This is at most 3, not exactly 3. Like here also in quadratic, because degree is 2, we get at most 2, right? There can be 2 distinct, no solution, or 0, 2 equal solution also. So 0, 1, 2. Similarly here, cubic, there will be at most 3. So what is going to be the right option? 2 distinct zeros, 2 is not at all possible. Among C and D, it's not exactly 3, it is going to be at most 3. Maximum 3 solutions are possible, right? So there can be 2, 1 also, or no solution. So option number D is the right option for question number 17. Let us go for the next question, question number 18. This is again probability based question. Earlier also we have seen, so this is the second probability question. What are they asking in question number 18? They are asking here, a pair of dice is thrown. A pair of dice means there are two dice which are thrown right together. The probability that sum of number appearing on the top faces is at most 0. That means it is at most maximum possible value is 10, or the sum can be less than 10. So the sum, what are the possible outcomes when the two dice are thrown together? Total number of possible outcomes are 6 square, which is 36. Total number of possible outcomes when you throw two dice together, it is always 6 square, which is 36, right? Now what could be the sum? If you know the outcomes, it is 1 comma 1, this is 1 comma 2, this is 1 comma 3, and so on. I'm just writing so that you will be able to recall. You don't need to write on all these parts in exam. Then you'll have 2 comma 1, then 3 comma 1, and so on here, right? Then 4 comma 1. In this way you get 36 outcomes, right? Now listing all which is less than, because the minimum sum is going to be here 2, and the maximum sum, it's a 6 comma 6, which is going to be 12. So 2, 3, 4, 5, you get till 12. Now there will be many outcomes if you are calculating the sum from 2 to 10. So what I can do it here, what is the sum? If it is not 10, the sum can be 11 or 12, right? So what I'll do here, if you remember, you have learned one rule. So if P of E plus P of not E, then it's the probability is always 1. So probability of an event and not happening that event is always 1. So what I'm getting here, sum is less than equals to 10 plus the probability here where the sum is not less than equals to 10 is equals to 1. I'll find out this. Then easily I can subtract from 1 to reach to my result. So what can I get it? If the sum is not 10, what are the next possible sum here? If I take, it can be 11 or 12, right? Now how do I get 11 or 12? 5 comma 6 in fifth row, right? Then sixth row, it will be 6 comma 5 and then 6 comma 6. So how many of them are possible there? Only 3. 1, 2, 3, right? So I can do here P of sum B less than equals, probability of sum B less than equals to 1 minus 3 by 36. If you get the LCM, it will be 36 by 36, so 33 by 36, which is 11 by 12. So what is your right option? The sum should be less than at most 10 or less than equals to. At most means less than equals to 10. It is going to be your 11 by 12. Your option number D is the right option for question number 18. Now let us go for the next. So 19th and 20th questions are going to be your assertion reasoning question. Last two question always. So what is given here in assertion reasoning? The assertion reasoning options are A, B, C, D here. The both assertion reason are true and A is the correct reason is correct explanation of assertion. So what is given here in assertion? 4 to the power n ends with 0 for some natural number n, and reason is given for any number x having 2 and 5 as the prime factors. X to the power n always ends with 0, right? So you know that this reason is true. If I get 0 in the units place when I'm having my factors of any number as 2, should be 2 and 5, not either one. But what will happen for assertion, if you see 4 to the power n, which can be written as 2 square to the power n, right? Which is 2 to the power 2n. There's no, 5 is not a factor, right? If 5 is not a factor means one of the factor, it will not end with 0, right? Will not end with 0. If it will not end with 0 means the statement is false because it's given it's ending with 0. So A's assertion is false and reason is true. Which option is the right option here? Option number D, because assertion is false and reason is true. That falls under option number D. Now go for the last question of assertion reasoning. What are they asking here? They are asking here tangents drawn at the end of the points of diameter of a circle are always parallel to each other. If you remember, you have learned as a theorem also, the parallel tangents are always at the end of the diameter of a circle, right? Here, if this is the diameter AB, then the parallel tangents are always at the end of the diameter. So your assertion is true, right? Because it's always at the end. This is parallel to this. Then what happened here? This has become secant, so it has to be tangent, right? So this is, you know that at the end point, your end point is going to be here. This is going to be the tangent, right? End points are A and B. There the two tangents can be drawn. That is those are the point of contact. So this is true, right? Now we will see whether reason is the correct explanation or not. The length of the tangents drawn to a circle from an exterior point, the point outside of a circle, are always equal. This one also you have learned as a theorem, right? The tangents drawn from an exterior points are always equal in length, right? But is it explaining your assertion? It's not explaining the assertion. That means both the statements are true, but reason is not explaining the assertion. So your which option is going to be the right option here? This is not the option number A, okay? This is going to be your option. Assertion is true, but reason is not. Reason is also true, but not the correct explanation. See, look at here. Both assertion reason are true, but reason is not the correct explanation. So both of them are true, but reason is not correct explanation means your option number B, right? So these are the 20 questions of MCQ, right? And hope you got this, which is all these questions are from the different chapter. Okay, so please keep doing practice so that you are thorough with these kind of questions. Thank you.
Thank you for watching this video. Please like, share and subscribe. Also, keep practicing.